Good morning, students. Welcome to the social science class. Students, today we will discuss the last chapter of our geography section, namely manufacturing industry. We have already done chapter number 7. In this chapter, we will discuss about meaning of manufacturing, importance of manufacturing, contribution of industry to national economy, then factors affecting industrial location, and lastly classification of industry. First of all, we will discuss about meaning of manufacturing. Students, production of goods in large quantities after processing from raw material to more valuable products is called manufacturing. जब हम टूल्स और मशीन्स की मदद से लार्ज स्केल प्रोडक्शन करते हैं और इस दौरान हम रॉ मटेरियल्स को यूज़फुल थिंग्स में कन्वर्ट करते हैं, उसे मैन्युफैक्चरिंग कहते हैं. फॉर एग्जांपल, पेपर इज़ मैन्युफैक्चर्ड फ्रॉम वुड, sugar from sugarcane, iron and steel from iron ore, and aluminium from bauxite. Now we come to next part, that is importance of manufacturing. Manufacturing industry helps in modernizing agriculture. Agriculture की मॉडर्नाइजेशन में इंडस्ट्री का सबसे बड़ा हाथ है. आज की डेट में जो हम केमिकल फर्टिलाइज़र्स, पेस्टिसाइड्स और हैवी मशीनरी जैसे ट्रैक्टर्स, थ्रेशर्स, हार्वेस्टर्स यूज़ कर रहे हैं, ये सब इंडस्ट्रीज़ की ही देन है. तो हम देखते हैं कि एग्रीकल्चर में रेवोल्यूशन लाने में सबसे बड़ा हाथ मैन्युफैक्चरिंग इंडस्ट्री का ही रहा है. इट हैज़ ऑल्सो रिड्यूस द हैवी डिपेंडेंस ऑफ पीपल ऑन एग्रीकल्चर. पहले भारत में ज़्यादातर लोग एग्रीकल्चर के ऊपर डिपेंडेंट थे, लेकिन जैसे जैसे इंडस्ट्री की डेवलपमेंट हुई, बहुत सारे लोग प्राइमरी सेक्टर से सेकेंडरी सेक्टर में शिफ्ट हो गए. तो इस तरह एग्रीकल्चर के ऊपर जो हैवी डिपेंडेंस थी, उसमें पहले के मुकाबले काफ़ी कमी आई है. इंडस्ट्रियल डेवलपमेंट इज़ अ प्री कंडीशन फॉर इरेडिकेशन ऑफ अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट एंड पॉवर्टी फ्रॉम आवर कंट्री. हमारे देश में ही नहीं बल्कि पूरे विश्व में ही अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट घटाने में इंडस्ट्रीज़ का सबसे बड़ा हाथ रहा है. इसने लोगों को और नए और पहले से बेहतर जॉब अपॉर्चुनिटीज़ प्रोवाइड की हैं, और जब जॉब अपॉर्चुनिटीज़ बढ़ती हैं तो देश में पॉवर्टी में भी कमी आती है. इसीलिए इंडिया के अंदर भारत सरकार ने बैकवर्ड एरियाज़ को और ट्राइबल एरियाज़ को डेवलप करने के लिए खुद वहाँ इन्वेस्टमेंट करके इंडस्ट्री लगाई है, और कई जगह पे गवर्नमेंट और प्राइवेट इंडिविजुअल्स ने जॉइंट वेंचर्स भी चलाए हैं ताकि उन एरियाज़ की डेवलपमेंट की जा सके. एक्सपोर्ट ऑफ मैन्युफैक्चर्ड गुड्स एक्सपेंड ट्रेड एंड कॉमर्स एंड ब्रिंग्स इन मच नीडेड फॉरेन एक्सचेंज. तो जब बल्क में इंडस्ट्रीज़ में प्रोडक्शन होता है तो नेचुरली सरप्लस आइटम्स का व्यापार होता है, ट्रेड होता है, तो इससे फॉरेन एक्सचेंज देश में आती है. Lastly, countries that transform their raw material into a wide variety of furnished goods of higher values are prosperous. हम ये कह सकते हैं कि किसी देश का इंडस्ट्रियल डेवलपमेंट उस देश की इकोनॉमिक डेवलपमेंट का इंडेक्स है. जो देश ज़्यादा डेवलप्ड हैं इंडस्ट्रियली, उन देशों को इकोनॉमिकली डिपेंडेंट माना जाता है. नेक्स्ट पार्ट ऑफ आवर डिस्कशन इज़ दैट एग्रीकल्चर एंड इंडस्ट्री आर नॉट एक्सक्लूसिव ऑफ ईच अदर. They move hand in hand. This we can understand by knowing the contribution of agriculture to industry and contribution of industry to agriculture. First of all, we will discuss contribution of agriculture to industry. Agriculture provides raw material to industries such as jute, cotton, sugarcane, etc. Second one, it also acts as a source of capital formation which can be utilized in industry. Third one, it provides food to the industrial workers. Now we come to contribution of industry to agriculture. First one is industry provides input to agriculture such as fertilizers, pesticides, tractors, etc. Second one, it provides infrastructural facilities. And lastly, it can absorb surplus laborers or workers of agriculture and reduces the pressure on agriculture. So now next part of our discussion is the the contribution of industry to national economy. Over the last 2 decades, the share of manufacturing sector has stagnated at 17% of GDP. भारत में पिछले 20 सालों से मैन्युफैक्चरिंग इंडस्ट्री का टोटल जीडीपी में यानी ग्रॉस डोमेस्टिक प्रोडक्ट में शेयर 17% के आसपास रहा है, विच इज़ मच लोअर इन कंपैरिजन टू सम ईस्ट एशियन कंट्रीज़, जहाँ पर वहाँ की टोटल जीडीपी का मैन्युफैक्चरिंग इंडस्ट्री का हिस्सा 25 to 30% रहा है. और द ट्रेंड ऑफ ग्रोथ रेट इन मैन्युफैक्चरिंग ओवर द लास्ट डिकेड हैज़ बीन अराउंड 7% पर एनम. पिछले 10 सालों में मैन्युफैक्चरिंग इंडस्ट्री का ग्रोथ रेट 7% प्रति ईयर है, जबकि हमारा डिज़ायर्ड ग्रोथ रेट ओवर नेक्स्ट डिकेड इज़ 12%. हम ये आशा करते हैं कि आने वाले 10 सालों में ये ग्रोथ रेट 12% रहा है. Since 2003, manufacturing is once again growing at the rate of 9 to 10%. और हम आशा करते हैं आने वाले सालों में ये अच्छी ग्रोथ रेट दिखाएगा, और इसी पर्पस के लिए द मैन्युफैक्चरिंग कॉम्पिटिटिवनेस काउंसिल हैज़ बीन सेट अप बाय द गवर्नमेंट. Now we will discuss about the factors that influence the location of an industry. Obviously, first factor that affects the location of an industry is the availability of raw material. The location of industrial enterprises is sometimes determined simply by location of the raw material. जहाँ पर रॉ मटेरियल होगा इंडस्ट्री वहाँ लगाना बहुत ही फेवरेबल रहेगा, क्योंकि इससे ट्रांसपोर्टेशन कॉस्ट और वेस्टेज दोनों में ही कमी आएगी. फॉर एग्जांपल, द जूट मिल्स इन बंगाल आर कंसंट्रेटेड क्लोज टू द सोर्स ऑफ रॉ मटेरियल. नेक्स्ट फैक्टर इज क्लाइमेट. Climate plays an important role in the establishment of industry at a place. The cotton textile industry requires a humid climate. Consequently, majority of the cotton textile mills are concentrated in Maharashtra and Gujarat. Third one is capital. Big cities like Mumbai, Kolkata, Delhi, Chennai, etc. are big industrial centers because of big capitalists live in these cities. Next is government policies. The government activity in planning the future distribution of industry for reducing the regional disparities, elimination of pollution of air and water, and for avoiding their heavy clustering in big cities has also become an important location factors. Next and last but not the least is the market. Obviously, the final destination of manufactured goods is the market. The entire process of manufacturing is useless until the finished goods reach the market. Nearness to the market is essential for the quick disposal of manufactured goods. It helps in reducing the transportation cost. So, we can say the places where manufacturing is done, once an industry is established at that place, other industries are also interested, are also attracted to that very place to gain the benefit of that very location. So such locations change into industrial areas, and the urban centers are known as agglomeration economies. Now we come to next part of our discussion, that is classification of industries. Students, industry can be classified on 5 bases. That is industry based on source of raw material used, industry on the basis of their main role, industry on the basis of capital investment, industry on the basis of ownership, and industry on the basis of weight and bulk of raw material and finished goods. First of all, we will discuss about industry on the basis of raw material used. Accordingly, industry can be divided into two parts: agro-based industry and mineral-based industry. Agro-based industry used raw material which is obtained from fields such as cotton, textile industry, woolen industry, jute industry, silk industry, rubber industry, etc. Next is mineral based industry. The industry which uses minerals as raw material are called mineral based industry. For example, iron and steel industry, cement industry, petrochemicals, etc. Next comes industry classified on the basis of their main role. Accordingly, industry is of two types: basic industry or key industry and consumer industry. Basic or key industry is an industry which produces raw material, which produces goods which are used as raw material in other industry. For example, iron and steel industry. This iron and steel is used as raw material in the industry manufacturing tools and machines. Consumer industry is the industry which produces goods of daily use, for example, sugar, toothpaste, paper, sewing machine, etc. Third one is the classification on the basis of capital investment. Accordingly, industry is of two types: small scale industry, large scale industry. Small scale industry is the industry where the investment is less than 1 crore, and large scale industry is the industry where the investment is more than 1 crore. This limit keeps on changing from time to time. At present, the limit is of 1 crore. Fourth one, classification is on the basis of ownership. Accordingly, industry can be divided into four parts: public sector, private sector, joint sector, and cooperatives. In public sector, the industry is owned and managed by government. For example, Bharat Heavy Electricals Limited. And in private sector, industry is owned and managed by an individual or a family or a group of people. For example, Tata Iron and Steel Industry and Reliance Industry. In joint sector, investment and management is jointly owned by government and private individual or group of people. For example, Oil India Limited. Last comes cooperatives. Cooperatives are owned and run by a group of people living in a particular area who have made a cooperative society and who have pooled their resources. They share the profit and losses proportionately, and they collect the raw material, they do the production, and they do the selling work also. For example, Lijat Papad in Maharashtra, sugar industry in Maharashtra, Amul in Gujarat, coir industry in Kerala, etc. Last classification we are going to discuss is on the basis of weight of raw material and finished goods. Accordingly, industry can be divided into two parts: heavy industry and light industry. Example of heavy industry is iron and steel industry, and example of light industry is electrical goods. So this is the end of today's discussion. In the next part, we will discuss about major industry in India. Till then, have a nice day, stay indoors, stay safe.